What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this prediction video. For this one, we will be looking at match day 2 of the Euro 2024 taking place in Germany. And for this one, our action will be focused on Group B, where we see Spain go head to head with Italy. We start off our team analysis with Spain. Now, the last 5 fixtures for La Roja have ended in 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Their last match was their dominant 3-0 victory over Croatia on match day 1 of this tournament. In their last 5 fixtures, Spain have scored 16 goals and conceded 5. So they're looking like a very goal-hungry side right now. Talking about goals, I think I have to firstly highlight Alvaro Morata as the striker. In 74 appearances, Morata did add to his tally to bring it to 36 goals and 7 assists in the last match. And it was a fairly decent performance from him. I think in Morata, Spain have a true number 9 who can get them goals, who can play as a target man, but who also can function as a very efficient goal poacher. And I think that is something that Spain really need in the side. Next up, I want to talk about the player that I think surprised me the most on match day 1, and that has got to be Lamine Yamal. In just 8 appearances for his national team, Lamine Yamal has 2 goals and 5 assists. He is the youngest player in tournament history with just 16 years, and I think it's 300 and something days. But he proved to be a real firecracker for Spain on that right wing. This was a player who could dribble, he can create chances out of anything, and he really looked to be causing massive problems for Croatia. And I think he's going to have more to say as this tournament goes on. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about Manchester City midfielder Rodri. In 51 appearances for his national team, Rodri has 3 goals and 2 assists. Now, those statistics don't look too impressive, but I think it's important for us to remember that Rodri is not exactly employed as a goal scorer. His job is to win the ball back in midfield, keep things solid centrally for his side, and just ensure that they have a degree of control in there. And I think he's done that very well so far. When we look at Italy, the last 5 fixtures for the Azzurri have ended in 4 wins and a draw, so they come into this one on a bit of an undefeated streak. Their last match was a 2-1 win against Albania on match day 1. In these last 5 fixtures, Italy have scored 7 goals and conceded just 2. So we can see that while they're not really getting many goals up front, Italy are really shutting teams out at the back, and it's really proved to be a very efficient and successful strategy for them. I think at the back, the first player I need to talk about here is Bastoni from Inter Milan. In 24 appearances for his national team, he has 2 goals. One of those goals was against Albania on match day 1. So I think it's very important to know that in Bastoni you have a centre-back who is very solid, who's very composed on the ball. He's not exactly very slow, but it's Bastoni's intelligence that allows him to compete with some very good forward players out there. I think in Bastoni you also have a player who poses a genuine threat from set pieces, like corners and free kicks, because he's just so tall and such a commanding player in both boxes. Midfield wise, I think I have to talk about Arsenal midfielder Jorginho. In 55 appearances for his Azzurri side, Jorginho has scored 5 goals and gotten 3 assists. So like Rodri for Spain, Jorginho is not really known for going out there and getting goals. It is something he can do, but Jorginho is the orchestrator in Italy's midfield. We saw that on match day 1, but you can see that with Italy, Jorginho really plays a pivotal role in both the build-up to their attack and their solution to opposition attacks. This is a player who can dictate the tempo, control the ball, and I think he's going to be very crucial for Italy in winning a lot of midfield battles against the Spanish squad. Up front, I want to talk about Juventus' Federico Chiesa. Now, in 48 appearances for the Azzurri, Chiesa has 7 goals and 8 assists. So this is a player who can score and create opportunities for others. I think in Chiesa you have a player who's very difficult to manage out wide. He is very tricky, he is very quick. He can go out wide and deliver crosses, or if you give him the space inside, he will cut in and then take shots from there. So Chiesa is very difficult to deal with, and I think he's gonna cause a lot of problems for Spain on that left wing. Looking at the head-to-head between La Roja and the Azzurri, we can see that in the last 5 fixtures, Spain have won 3, Italy have won just 1, with the final fixture being a draw between the two sides. In these last 5 fixtures, Spain have scored 9 goals while Italy have scored just 4. Both teams right now come into this match on 3 points in their group, Spain having defeated Croatia quite convincingly, while Italy did have a bit of an issue against Albania, conceding the fastest goal in Euro history, and then having to fight back from it. But to their credit, they did so with goals from Bastoni and Barella. And I think it was a very determined performance from Italy, but I think it was still very disappointing. Against Albania, they would have expected to get as many goals as possible just to ensure that they have a better chance of qualifying, even if it is just on something like goal difference. And this could be very important when we take into consideration that Spain went out and put 3 goals past Croatia. So Spain have proven to the world right now that they can get goals. They're a more direct side than what we're used to seeing from a Spanish national team. But this is also a side that can go out, score multiple goals in the first half, and then just control the game in the second half and see it out, frustrating the opposition, shutting them out, and just limiting what they can do on the ball. But also having that freedom to now play going forward and know that you have a buffer at the back. I think also this match is very crucial because the winner of it can essentially ensure qualification to the knockout stage. I think if Spain win here, it's a guarantee that they're going through. If Italy win here, I think maybe there's still a bit of an issue with when they play Croatia. But I think knowing that Spain only have to play Albania after this one gives De La Fuente's side a lot of confidence, knowing they've made it past one of the biggest hurdles en route to the knockout stage, and if they can make it past this one, they're essentially guaranteed a spot in the next stage of the tournament. So I think theoretically, qualification is easier for Spain at this point. I think in terms of how this game will be played, we're going to see Spain keeping the ball, moving it around, using their pace out wide in players like Lamine Yamal, but also using the fantastic passing ability they have centrally from players like Rodri and like Pedri. I think with Italy, we're going to see them try to win the ball back from the Spanish midfielders as quickly as possible, and then try to resupply players like Chiesa and Pellegrini up front. I was very surprised to see Italy employ a 4-3-3 formation against Albania. I did think that a 3-5-2 works better with the side and with the amount of inter players that they have, because these players are familiar with that formation and the tactics that come along with it. I think in midfield as well, we're going to see a situation where Spain have the ball and then Jorginho wins the ball back from them. And then we'll see Rodri winning the ball back from Italy. And those two players in particular, I think, are going to have a very important job here in establishing control for these sides. I think there's going to be a lot of running happening in midfield. I think Spain are going to look to just slow the game down, while Italy will look to pick up the pace and try and play a more counter-attacking style of football. I think Italy will also identify the fact that they're not going to have much of the ball against Spain. This is a side that likes to dominate the ball, so the opposition sometimes struggle to create chances. So for Italy, they're going to have to make their chances count when they get them. I think it's also crucial to note that these two sides met in the semi-finals of the Nations League last year. So for Italy, this is an opportunity for a bit of payback, but for Spain, this is a bit of a confidence boost for them, knowing that a lot of these players who are playing for Italy played in that match, and a lot of the players who played for Spain in that match are playing in this one. So they can take a bit of confidence from that victory. I think, however, Spain do just have a little bit too much in the tank for Italy. I think when you look at Spain, they have the potential to get goals right through their starting 11. With Italy, I think their goals are going to be coming from midfield for this tournament. I don't really see Scamacca getting too much. Maybe the idea of playing a 4-3-3 is to get Pellegrini and Chiesa higher up the pitch and allow them to play the counter-attacking style more efficiently. But I think for them it's going to be a little tricky. I think their main outlet for goal-scoring opportunities in this match is going to be to give Chiesa the ball and just have him harass Marc Cucurella on Spain's left-back role. I think when I looked at Cucurella against Croatia, he did look slightly unstable on the ball, lacking a little bit of composure maybe. And I think if Italy can isolate him and just target him for their attacks, they can get a few goal-scoring opportunities here. Regardless, I do think Spain come out on top here. I'm gonna go with a repeat 2-1 victory here. I think Spain do have the potential to overpower Italy, but I don't think they have the ability to keep a clean sheet against this Italian side. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.